hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Welcome to the Armoury. Welcome to Full Time Sports Network. Welcome to the England? Why was I saying England? Jeez, Everton versus Arsenal match preview. Look, I don't know why I'm saying England. I don't even watch my England at the moment due to the fact that there's a certain plonker in charge. But international break's over. But guys, before we start talking about and introduce the wonderful guests that we've always got, we have got a new sister channel that have come under our umbrella. They are THFC Till I Die. You can guess who they talk about, but they are a fantastic group of lads and lasses as well, actually, and they will be working with us a lot. They will be hopefully doing a show with me next week, because obviously it's North London Derby is coming up next weekend, and you'll get to meet Dermot hopefully, and maybe Philip as well, and whoever knows, maybe Mia as well. But look, please show them some support. I know they're the Tottenham and this is an Arsenal channel, but honestly, guys, they are going to be seen a lot on FTSN as well, because they do loads of different content for us as well. So please give them a little thumbs up if you can. And obviously, it's a preview. And obviously, we've got one of my best buds here. It's my PB. How you doing, PB?
PB, I'm good. It's been a long week. It's been... going through those internationals for the last week, you're like, you don't want none of your players to come back, injured. That's all I was thinking about. And now it's back to reality.
Exactly.
It's back.
It is.
I'm
good. Ollie, for some reason, your message that I know you've posted on YouTube has not shown up here. So, Ollie, if you are listening back, big up to you. I know you did say, hope you have a great show, guys, but for some reason I can't show it, but I know it was on there because I saw it on YouTube earlier. So big up to you, Ollie. Tony is in the house though. Evening, Bobby and Brenny.
Evening, Tony.
They're not that bright, Bobby, being Spud supporters. Look, they're really, really nice lads. You'll get to know them. They do have a wicked sense of humour. They take banter, they'll give banter, but I can't wait to work with them. Honestly, I'm just so happy. Come back, I miss you. Oh, my word. Look, obviously, I didn't do the story about it. I didn't do the story about who we signed yesterday. Obviously, I've been busy doing loads of other streams and doing other stuff that I do privately as well. I just haven't had time, unfortunately. But yes, Pepe has gone official. So yes, thankfully, I'm happy about that personally. Right, but we're going to talk about Everton versus Arsenal. Obviously, it's not the greatest ground for us to go to of recent. And last season, we went there, new manager bounce. And unfortunately, today was broken that they've now got new ownership. So I'm hoping they don't have a new ownership bounce because they are awful at the moment. But saying that, I don't want to get into that bit right yet. But I was doing the all the bits that I do for the games and stuff. Look, they're 18th. We're 5th. They haven't won one. They've drawn one, lost 3, hardly scored, bad conceding goals. But their chances are created are better than ours, which worries me a little bit, if I'm honest. It worries me that. But what have you made of Everton so far this season, Brenny?
Do you know what? It's their home performances have not been bad.
No.
They've just not been finishing the dinner. You know what I mean? Away from home, that's just, well, I mean, the Villa game, yeah, they got blown away. But I thought the Fulham game, I thought they were, from the highlights from what I saw, I thought they were very unlucky.
Yeah.
I thought they were very unlucky against Fulham. I mean, to be honest, you wouldn't have, if we'd have seen the whole 90 minutes of that game, right, you would kind of thinking, well, I'm sure some Fulham fans, I know a few, and they're a humble group, and they probably said, how did we get out of there with 3 points?
Yeah.
Honestly, how did we? You know, Everton, they love playing us. For them, with the situation that they're in, it's a massive, massive game for them as well as for us. But you know, with the Sheffield United game, yeah, I mean, well, that was what, the first 6 points of the season, wasn't it? Really? So
yeah.
I saw the goals, but I didn't see the highlights. I just saw the goals, but I didn't want to make of that fixture. But I think at home, Everton, if Everton play the way they did against Fulham, well, hopefully not Sunday, but they will get quite a few home wins this season, I think.
Yeah. I'm just hoping it's not this Sunday they get one. Jeez. It's honestly, they haven't performed as badly as what the results have said about them. And to be fair, the player there that, if people don't know, that's Beto, who they signed from Udinese. He has been amazing since he came in, literally. Brenny, you're going to have to talk for a little bit. I've just got to sort out something downstairs very quickly. I'll be back in a minute, mate.
No problem. Yeah, so, with, I'll tell you what, with this Everton team, for me, I think where this game will be won again, for us, it will be in midfield. And I think that's where Everton are strongest, in the midfield. I don't have any worries about their back line, to be honest. The only thing I worry about, to your listening, is Pickford, whether or not he's going to have the game of his life. That's what I worry about with Jordan Pickford. And I feel they haven't got Calvert-Lewin. So with Beto, who knows? Let's just hope that our centre-backs can deal with him. I'm sure they can. I mean, Gabriel loves a scrap, and I think them two will definitely be scrapping this weekend. You know.
Yeah. No, sorry about that. I'd accidentally locked my partner out, so I had to go unlock the front door.
No, that's all right.
Yeah. Just quickly got a message saying I'm locked out. Right, so these are the, because I did hear you talk about Calvert-Lewin, so this is the perfect time to talk about the injury lists. Obviously, we've got El Neni, Timber, and Partey are out. Everton, big of names as well. Gomez, who I believe is their midfielder. Coleman, good right back. Jack Harrison, one of their new signings. Dele Alli, pretty sure Everton will be quite happy to see him leave. Calvert-Lewin is a doubt. He's not absolutely out. And the youngster that they brought from Portugal, Chamiti, is a doubt as well. So it does look like Beto will be leading the line. And so far, he has looked impressed. I've been impressed by him, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, Calvert-Lewin, I know James was saying that a few seasons ago that he would have loved to him at Arsenal. I'm glad we didn't.
Yeah, I'm glad.
He's not improved. He's not impressed me over the years. Yes, he had a very good spell for a little bit, but over than that, not for me.
He's too injury prone. Not for me.
And I don't want to be mean about players, but when you focus a bit too much off the off-field stuff that you like to get involved in, your mind gets taken away from what you should be doing, which is on-field. Because when you're an elite sportsman, you kind of literally have to live and breathe it like 24/7, and he doesn't. And it kind of shows. It has kind of showed since he's gone into the fashion world and industry that he wants to. And that's fine. I've got no issues with it. But you can kind of tell that his focus has gone away from the football a little bit. You just see
has a bit.
Yeah. It's just a shame. But we're talking about Everton. So it is definitely time to talk about my 5 to watch for this weekend. So let's find out who they are.
Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you.
Right, so unsurprising, their new signing Beto is on the list because he has been impressive. He was very good at Udinese as well last season. Nathan Patterson, look, I know people are going to start saying I'm doing a right-back allegiance here because I do pick right-backs a lot. But to be fair, he is a good right-back. Nathan Patterson is a good right-back. I would happily have him at Arsenal as a very good rotation with Ben White.
It's funny you say that. Just a quick one there, mate. It's like over the years, over the decades, doesn't matter how Everton are in terms of form and everything else, they always seem to produce good right backs.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is about that club and their right backs.
They're so good. Like Seamus Coleman. To be fair, he's still good quality now.
He is.
He's out injured, but he's been so good for so many years. And Nathan Patterson, I think he's absolutely brilliant. And it's got nothing to do with I'm a right back and I've got an allegiance with him. Honestly, it's got nothing to do with that. Let's move on to Onana, a very good midfielder. We were linked with him in the summer. He is a little piranha. And he's got a good eye for goal as well, to be fair. He can actually go upfield. Reminds me of similar to Vieira. I wouldn't say he's exactly the same as Vieira, but he does remind me a bit of Vieira. Brent Freight, absolutely amazing centre-back. They signed him a few years ago from Carlisle for £1 million and didn't really make it. Went on loan to PSV last season. Smashed it. That's his stats for last season at PSV. He's come back. He's come back into the Everton team. He looks really good. I think he's brilliant. I think he's a very talented centre-back. I expect much bigger for him at some point. And Dan Juma is the final player. Yes, that's his stats from last season when he was up loan at Tottenham. Was that right? He was up loan at Tottenham last season.
Tottenham? He was with him.
Yeah, but he hardly played, as you can see there. He's made 9 appearances, but 8 of them were subs. So his stats aren't great, but he is dangerous. He is dangerous. I liked him at Villarreal. I liked him at Bournemouth. I think he's a very good player. But yeah, so they are my 5 to watch this weekend. Let's get into the comments. Big up to Tony. Good evening. Apologies for that. I apologise. I had to quickly let my partner in the house because I thought I'd unlocked it, but I hadn't. Evening the silver one. Big up to Kamer from Uganda. Arsenal win. That's what we want to hear. We want to know that Arsenal will win. And to be fair, we've got some predictions, and we'll go through them later. But I think we're all kind of confident that we can win. But it's Goodison Park. If we haven't won, Brenny, you will know the year, but I can't remember. But Wenger was the manager at the time, so it was quite a long time ago.
Yeah. October, I think it was end of October, was it? October 2017, something like that, or November?
Jeez.
No, it was October 2017. I can't believe it's been that long, Yeah.
6 years. That's a long time. And to be fair, Everton have not been a good team for 6 years.
No,
so,
they haven't been.
That's the worrying thing. 2017, it was 5-2. I'd take that right now. I'd take a 5-2. As much as I love clean sheets, I'd take a 5-2. this weekend, I'll be honest. Big up to you, Tony, though, for doing it. Right, let's get on to everyone's lineups. There are 8 of them, and Brenny's will be first. There we go. So, Brenny, your team is up there. I've lost my pen to do the marking. No, there he is. There we go. So you were, well, actually, it's your team, so you can go through your lineup, mate.
Yeah, I thought, you know what? I was looking at Jorginho need to run out, and he's impressed me from what I've been reading, what he's been doing on the touchline, you know what I mean, on the side. And his attitude is first class. Doesn't moan. Knows he's going to get game on this season. I think Sunday I'll give it to him. With Partey injured. I want to see Declan Rice more in that number 8 as well. We know he could play the 4, but I just think he's going to thrive this season in the number 8, and I want him and Odegaard to have that understanding in the middle of the park. So I've gone with that. The back 5. I don't need to say anything about the back 5 because hey, even with the Champions League game on the horizon, I would still go with that back 5.
Yeah,
because we, together. If we was at home to Everton, I wouldn't have chosen that side.
Yeah,
with a Champions League game coming up, but we've got to get nothing but a win will do. We have to stay in touch with City at all costs. I've gone with Trossard. I wasn't happy with him a few weeks ago against Fulham, but I read that he didn't do. I haven't seen his goal yet. But I read he did okay. Well, he did better than okay over the course of the last week or so with Belgium. So I thought, well, start him because I think Saka. I was reading that he was carrying an injury, he had a knock or something. So I would rest. Bukayo Saka's the one player that I would rest for this game.
Yeah,
because I want him to feature next Wednesday against Eindhoven, have a good game. We get a result, get a win, and then carry that into the Tottenham game. So Martinelli for me has just been on it. I think he'll have. For me, he'll just do what he does. He seems to add a little bit more to his game already this season. For Martinelli and Jesus. For me, I don't think he's 100% yet, but if we give him another run, I think he'll do something on Sunday and make other centre-back slide.
Yeah.
Definitely. So, yeah.
Okay, well, obviously Mehmet and Albert went for your team as well. So what are you giving it as a rating? Because I know you're not G, and I know you won't give it a 10. So what are you giving it?
No, definitely not. Definitely not. I'd have to give that. I'm giving that 8.
No. Okay, mate. Let's get on with some comments before we get on to the next teams. Big up to Geeks. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Evening, Bobby and Brenny. Just wanted to pop on to hit the like button and say hello. Thank you ever so much, mate. I hope you're doing well, and I hope to see you very soon. Arteta mocked up last year with his selection. Yes, 100%. Last season was a nightmare, and it was pretty much Arteta that messed it up last season.
Yeah.
Big up from Tony from Geeks. Tony's gone with Ramsdale White. We'll get into your team at the end. We'll get Brenny to give it a rating. I'm actually annoyed we played Sunday, given we got a. Yeah, I know. I noticed that when I was setting up all this stuff for the weekend and the watch-alongs and stuff, and I'm like, why are we the only team that's in the Champions League playing on a Sunday? I'm like, how is that work? How has that worked out? It is absolutely made it.
It is, and there's been times in the past where there's been Liverpool and there's been other clubs who, for some reason, even though we're scheduled like for 4:30, I've seen clubs get the Saturday night 8:00.
Yeah.
to give them a bit of leeway for the European game. So why not? But then again, it is what it is. We're not liked.
Yeah, true. We're not liked. And I've got a feeling it might because we're at home. I think that might be a big significant thing that we are actually at home.
Maybe.
That might be a case. Who knows? All I will say is the Premier League do have to distribute the games that they show fairly around all the teams. So maybe this was the Everton game that they thought, and they remembered what happened last season as well. So it could be quite a good game. For the Arsenal meltdown, let's say, because it happened last season. So maybe that's why they wanted us to put us on there. Who knows? Right, let's move on to the next squad chosen by just Moss. He went with Ramsdale, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Sinchenko, Rice, Havertz, Odegaard, Trossard, Martinelli, and Jesus. How's that different to yours? Oh yeah, he went with your Jorginho. So what we give that one a rating out of 10, mate?
7.
Awesome stuff. Right, let's move on to the next team. This was chosen by Tony and Ben. They went for Ramsdale, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Sinchenko, Rice, Jorginho, Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli, and Jesus. What are you giving that one?
Okay. Now you see with that, this would be an 8.
Yeah.
But it'd be an 8, but I would not have Mourinho in a number
8. Now, to be fair to Tony and Ben, now this is because I do the squads depending on how they write it. So if they write it in a certain way, then I know where they go. So whether or not, it could be this. It could be that way round.
Could be a 4, could be an 8, but but you know what? That's I'd still go an
8. Tony, okay. Tony wants me to score his squad that he put in the chat in a bit, so I'll let Brenny score it too, but I will give it a rating. I like the guest to do it, not me. I don't like the pressure of it. Big up to Steve K that's in the chat as well. Get onto your message very shortly, mate. I just want to quickly move on to the next.
This one gets an
8. Okay, that one gets an 8. G Talks went with this one. Miguel and Zaina went with this team. They went with Ramsdale, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Sinchenko, Rice, Havertz, Odegaard, Saka, Trossard, and Jesus. What about this one?
See, the thing is, I would give this an 8, but what worries me about that is that for me, apart from a block and one very good ball to Martinelli, and the charge through 4 penalty, I just don't want us to keep carrying Kai Havertz, because for me right now, how I see it with Havertz, he's not crap, something like that. I just think there's something going on in his mind. He's look, we're all human beings, and we do suffer at times. It could be mentally, physically, wherever. I just think there's something in him personally, and if he who knows? Someday maybe he could be fully focused. I don't know. I don't want to be a point where we don't carry players because everyone works hard. And
true.
For me, because of that reason alone, I'm giving it a 7.
No, that's fair enough, mate. No, fair enough. Let's get into some more comments before they start building up again. We're Sunday next week. We are 2:00 Sunday, North London derby. Very true. We should be back to how we should be when we're playing Champions League games. I'd start Saka, take him off after 60 minutes, hopefully being a couple of goals up. Can't afford to start messing around by not playing our best players. True, but we've got a good squad of good players, and I'm one of those that there's enough of quality in our team now that we can change a few bits and back around, which is why we've got 8 different teams tonight. So, big up to the people that do these teams and pick their favorite. Well, I wouldn't say it's their favorite players, but like the players that they want to play this game. And to be fair, it is Everton, and it is a tricky ground to go to, especially for us. So who knows? Is Brenny related to G? He's not. We do have some. Brenny is actually related to Damos that was on the reaction. When did we do the reaction? About 2 weeks ago.
It was United game.
Yeah, 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. So yeah, a few of us are related, but we are just one big Armoury family anyway. We'll talk off, as I said, we'll talk off stream as well. So it's not just we get on stream and have a chat. We do talk off stream as well. But yeah, it's a lovely family. Right, let's move on to the 5th team chosen by Richard, Carlos, and Josh. They went with Ramsdale, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Zinchenko, Rice, Havertz, Odegaard, Jesus on the right, Martinelli, and Eddie Nketiah down the middle. What do you think of this team?
7.
7.
That's a 7. Yeah.
Okay. Really scores like G. Tony's just not happy with the scoring. Look,
no, he says solid 7.
To be fair, G does score himself a 10. So look, Brenny's at least fair. He doesn't give himself a 10.
But so he would only score himself. He'd score himself 11 this week because it was his birthday. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It was his birthday yesterday. So big up to G, who had a lovely birthday yesterday. So yeah, big up to him. Let's move on to the next team chosen by Jack, Tim, and Nicolas. Goalkeeper change. Raya in goal. White, Saliba, Gabriel, Zinchenko, Rice, Havertz, Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli, and Jesus. What are you going to give this one a rating out of 10?
See, that'd be a 7 for me. See, because what it is, I mean, the squad that we've got now.
Yeah,
I really struggle to rate it a 6. To rate any of these are 6 out of 10. You know what I mean? Right now I would.
Yeah.
So I mean, with Raya, I'm happy with him if he's in goal on Sunday. Not going to argue with that. It doesn't mean Ramsdale's. It's nothing to do with Ramsdale's form or anything like that. Yeah. But I just think we've got 2 very good goalkeepers, and I'm happy with either one.
Yeah, true, exactly.
So yeah. But
yeah, the only time you're going to rate it a 6 is when we see Cedric in the team.
And that's what I mean exactly.
Yeah,
yeah.
Hopefully that won't have to happen at any time this season. Let's move on to the next team chosen by Jonas and John. They've gone with Raya in goal as well. White, Saliba, Gabriel, Tomiyasu at left back. Rice, Havertz, Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli, and Jesus. Now, what are you going to give that one as a rating?
As G would say, a solid 7. I mean, Tomiyasu can play left back.
Yep.
And I'll tell you what, Tomiyasu will have a brilliant season if he can stay fit.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
He needs to stay fit. He really does.
Yeah. Tommy's one of those players that he's totally reliable. Yes, to be fair, every player has an error in him. So I look, you can all pinpoint that Tommy error last season, but everyone has an error in them. Every player does. Even if you're Haaland or Messi, they all make mistakes. But Tommy is just so reliable and so good. He just loves Arsenal. I love how much he loves Arsenal. Right, let's go on to the final team chosen by Karen and Stuart. They went with Ramsdale, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Zinchenko, Rice, Fabio Vieira, Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli, Eddie, and Nketiah. What are you going to give this one?
I'd say 7. See, if Fabio Vieira starts on Sunday,
Yeah.
I would be if he has a good game, then it'd be a case of, you know what, as well as coming off the bench to him starting games,
Yeah.
get that consistency in. I think, yeah, I would, got big. I mean, high hopes now for Vieira because July I would have said no,
Yeah.
but I've got high hopes for him now. And
Yeah.
if there's a player, I'd love for him to follow in the vein of when he didn't start off as well at Arsenal until I think the second half of the season he came good, and then the following season he was player of the year, and that was Robert Pires. So
Yeah.
I'm not he's not going to reach that level. No way. He can reach a level, but he's not going to reach the Pires level. But it's that would be something.
Yeah. Sorry, I was laughing at Tony's comment that he's just put in the comments. Not this one. Thank God I changed my mind and didn't play Cedric at right back. But it's this one. Brenny, can you count past 8?
I can, 8.1, 8.2, 8.3, 8.4, 8.5. No one can run that yet in 100 meters, but it could be possible in 20 years from now. So
yeah. Right. So this is Tony's team. So he's got Ramsdale, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Zinchenko, Jorginho, Rice, Odegaard, Martinelli, and Jesus and Saka. Now, doesn't someone already pick that team? No. Yeah, Tony and Ben. I think. Yeah, to be fair, Brenny did give that an 8. So
yeah, I did.
Yeah, that was Tony and Ben's team. So, to be fair, yeah, that is an 8. There's nothing more. I don't know what we can. I don't know what we can say. I think it's because I'm going to give it an 8, and that's my score. But that's because some of these players aren't playing to their best abilities as of yet.
Yeah,
there's a few of those players that haven't started that well. Martinelli has glimpses and then kind of fades away. Jesus has obviously just come back from injury. Odegaard, I'm sorry, but he's not been as great as a lot of people want to say he is. He's definitely had some bad moments in games. So, yeah, I think that's why I can't rate it any higher than 8, because some of our players still need to step up. Yes, we've had 3 wins out of 4 and a draw in the other, but it hasn't been great performances, and that's the bit that worries me, is the not great performances.
And it's a shame that we've not had Timber as well.
Yeah,
because that would push the competition place at the back even more like so. Yeah,
I honestly think we would have looked a lot better in our play with Timber, because Timber was obviously going to be a big part of our season until that injury. And maybe a lot of the players have just been knocked off a little bit because they knew that Timber was going to be a big part and knew they're playing a certain way. And all of a sudden it's Zinchenko, and Zinchenko plays very differently to Timber. So maybe they're just knocked off their stride a little bit. So Tony's just continuously going 8. Might as well put Cedric in. No, trust me, you would have got a 6, maybe a 5 if you put Cedric in from me, because I don't want to see Cedric in an Arsenal shirt. I've had to deal with the fact that he's in the squads for the Premier League and the Champions League.
Still there.
He's still there.
He's still there.
He's not in my countdown. That's how much I hate him. He's not in my countdown because I'm not putting him in it.
You know what? I don't think. You know something, Bobby? I don't think he's even left the training ground today. I think he's just sat down with his arms folded. It's like, I'm not going anywhere. What? You ain't taking me good in some park? I ain't going anywhere, mate. What are you talking about, man?
I don't want to see him anywhere near the team.
He's going to bypass breakfast. He's bypassing dinner right now. He's going to bypass breakfast tomorrow. Come on, Cedric, man. You got to eat something, man.
Tony is saying, bring back G back. Look, G had his birthday yesterday. I think it's his niece's birthday today, so it's loads of family stuff. So G will be back when he can be. But I love my poor brother. My poor brother's very busy as well, so it's lucky that he has time to stream with me as well. So like, I don't mind who streams as long as someone does the previews with me, because otherwise it's me just talking. And to be fair, I don't even like that. Right, it is challenge time, and to be fair, this is a heck of a challenge. I have
It's
to be
going to
honest.
be hard.
It's going to be hard. Let's get into it. Right. So this is the challenge, and it is more of a challenge this season, this game as well, due to the fact it's a formation change as well, because it's Everton's formation, because they're the home team, they get the home advantage with the formation. And this took a while, I have to be honest. This took a while for them to agree what the formation was. I told Brenny it took an hour. It took an hour for them to agree just the formation. It was ridiculous. So this is the formation they eventually agreed on. It's a 4-4-1-1. Now the centre forward, the CF, that can be an attacking midfielder if you want it to be. I'm not going to say you have to have
Of course.
like a I don't know, like a Dennis Bergkamp type player. You can have an attacking midfielder, so Odegaard or whatever can go there. So it is going to be tricky because no offense to Everton, they're not they're not full of quality players at the moment. Right, so are we going to start with Everton first, Brenny?
Yes, we will, man. We will.
All right. So what's your first player then, mate?
Well, it's got to be because he has been good from what I've seen. Season Braithwaite, Jared Braithwaite, the centre back.
No worries. Let's see if I can find him. Stupid advert to get in the way. There we go. Right. There's your first player. Your second player, please, mate.
Ashley Young. I'm kidding. Not Ashley Young. I can't believe he's still playing. He must what? He's 48 now, isn't he?
Ridiculous thing. Yeah.
Yeah, Nathan Patterson. Yeah,
Nathan Patterson. Okay.
Yeah. He's no Gary Stevens, but he can get there.
Yeah, he's honestly. I got a feeling he's going to be a very good right back. I think he'll go higher. I think he'll be like at United at some point in his career. I think that's where he's destined for, if I'm honest. But maybe even a Liverpool, actually.
All City's bench.
Yeah. All City's bench, yeah. Third Everton player, please, mate.
Right. Let's go for Onana.
Onana. Okay, there's Amadou Onana. The fourth player, please, mate.
Yep. Go for Decore as well. That's where they're strong.
Yeah, you want the other midfielder was Decore.
Yeah. Yes, please.
There it is. Okay, so your fifth and final Everton player, please.
Tough one. Jordan Pickford in goal.
Okay. Okay, so we're going to have to finish the rest of the team now. So striker, you're having Jesus. Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Right, who do you want as just behind Jesus in this formation?
In that formation, I'd have to have Martin Odegaard.
On the right, Saka.
Yes, please.
Okay. Who on the left, Martinelli?
Yeah, 100%.
Right, left back. Who do you want as left back?
Zinchenko.
Okay. Right, final centre back position. Who do you want that to be?
Saliba, please.
Okay. Right, so this is Brenny's challenge. He's gone for Pickford in goal, Patterson at right back, Saliba, Branthwaite, Zinchenko, Saka, Onana, Decore, Martinelli, Odegaard, and Jesus. It's a good team. But this could be the first ever where I'm actually furious with all of you. Because you've all gone with the one player that there's always one player, which when I'm the judge, there's always one player that is an automatic no. And you've all picked him, all of you. It's the goalie. How have you gone with T-Rex in goal over Ramsdale? Now, I should be striking you all off. But someone has to win it.
Well, didn't really fancy going with a forward line, you know what I mean? So
yeah, this is going to be tough because I have to pick a winner out of all this, and you've all gone with T-Rex in goal. It's ridiculous. Right. I'm looking at all the teams. I'm remembering yours in my head as well.
Wow. Christine's pretty good.
Yeah, I know. I'm not a great fan of Michael Keane. No offense, Bill, but I'm not a great fan of him as a centre back. So I think he's out. I do like the fact that he went for Havertz, though, just behind Jesus, because I think that's his best position. If I'm honest, I think he'll flourish there. But then I don't know if Danjuma can do that behind Jesus. Maybe he could. I know he can play centre role, so maybe he could. McNeil. I have to allow the fact that it hasn't picked Martinelli because they've tried to go for a different defence. Why? This is tough. I'm gonna have to go with Christine. I think Christine has got the better balance. I actually would prefer Mikolenko to Zinchenko. I'm sorry for all the Arsenal fans that love Zinchenko, but I actually like Mikolenko. He's a proper defender. Yeah, I quite like it. Yeah, I'm going to go with Christine. It's tough, only because you all went for that one player that is an automatic lose, but someone has to win, someone has to lose. It's ridiculous. I can't believe you all went for Pickford. Did we? Let's go back to some comments. Tony, did we save money on Pepe? Did we save money? Jeez, I think I just don't want to talk about it. He's gone. That's the best part of it. He's gone. We don't have to pay his wages anymore. That's the good thing, and we don't need to talk about him. Thankfully, I hope he does really well, and I really do. I think he's a good player. It just hasn't worked out for us. It's just ridiculous. I'm not doing this challenge. It is one of the toughest, to be fair. Imagine having to do the Luton one with me as well. Luton Town's going to be tricky. There's going to be a few this season that are going to be tricky. Tony's had a go. Now let's see if he's done the rules right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, he has. He's picked the right amount of players. Ramsdale, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Onana, McNeil, Danjuma, Decore, Jesus, Saka, and Beto. Tony, you would have won. No offense to anyone else that's taken part, but he would have won due to the fact he picked Ramsdale. I'm sorry, I don't know how Pickford is in that England team. I just don't. I don't know how people rate him. He's got these weird arms, and that just concerns me as a goalkeeper. But there we go. Pickford already an L, exactly, Tony. See, Tony gets it. All get 5. Right. Now, guys, in the comments, please put your predictions in. We have got some predictions, and Brenny's already given me his. He went for 3-1 to the Arsenal. Has that changed since you did it this morning?
No, hasn't. No. We'll do the usual and concede one.
Yeah. Hate is a strong word.
We're full of jokes.
I think when it comes to Cedric, I do hate him. The reason I hate him, and I do hate him, as a footballer, when I say I hate someone, it's always to do with a footballer. As a personality, absolutely, probably a nice bloke. I hate him at
Yeah.
our club. I hate the fact that he takes money from our club for doing nothing. At the time, I thought it was a good deal. It wasn't much.
So did I.
But it hasn't worked out like that. And it's just cost us more and more money. And he's that bad. No one wanted him. No one. Not even Saudi. And they've literally wanted anyone. So, you know.
What does that tell you?
Exactly. So it's not when I say hate, it's nothing to do personal. It's never is personal. It's always to do with the player. That's why I hate Chris Cormier was ever at Arsenal Football Club. But as a person, lovely bloke. It's the football part of it. I always say I hate. So I just want to clarify that I'd never hate anyone. It's not in my personality to hate people. To be fair,
I can't believe you picked up in the questions the other day, Chris Cormier. Jeez.
Exactly. See, I don't hate him that much. I put him in my quiz. You know, it's just one of those things. Tony's gone for a 6-1 to the Arsenal. Tony being very positive there. Tony, the thing is, when you go for like 6-1s, they are normally the games that we get a shock. So I'm hoping this is wrong. I hope it's wrong, because normally when you go for a 6-5-1, it normally backfires on us. So I hope you're wrong here, mate. They brought Maguire on just to beat Ramsdale. Yeah. This is why I don't watch England. Any manager that picks Maguire, I'm sorry, is not a manager. There's no quality in that Maguire bloke at all. I think his brother's better, and he's just signed for... Who did he just sign for recently? He's just signed for a new club in League Two. His brother's better, Lawrence Maguire. So if you could get to go and watch Lawrence Maguire, I guarantee he's a better defender and a nicer bloke as well. Arsenal 3-0. He's gone for Saka, Jesus, and Havertz. There's a few people that have gone with that, to be fair. Josh and Nicholas has gone for a 3-0. Tim's gone for a 4-0. Miguel's gone for a 4-2. He wants me to stress out. Zayna, Carlos, and Albert all went for 2-0. Richard went for 2-1. Moss went for 1-0. So, yeah. I guess they couldn't terminate his contract. Could have, but I think it's because, like we did the transfer breakdown, it wasn't a successful transfer window. We didn't get everyone we wanted. So I suppose it was a case of, oh, hang on, we've still got Cedric here. Let's just have him there just as a makeshift backup if we really need to. Maybe improve in January. I expect maybe 1 or 2 signings in January, personally. I think that's when Cedric will go. That's what I'm hoping. I couldn't understand calling Nketiah up and not get on. There you go. It's, for me, and I'm sorry to say this, and I try not to talk about him too much on this stream, Southgate is a plonker. He does things to try and cover up the other bad stuff he does.
Yeah.
So picking Eddie, great choice. He's in form. He's had a great August. Perfect person to pick up. But he still picked Maguire. Maguire has not been good for 2 years. He's been awful for 2 years. But maybe longer than that. I'm not a United fan, so I don't really...
Did you hear the name? I was looking at a few like United fans, even Tottenham fans were calling them as well. Evans and Maguire. Did you hear the names that they were being called after lost against us? Beavis and Butthead. Well, oh God, it's like the only thing in my head when I saw heard that was just
Yeah. To be fair, that's spot on. Moss, I will get into yours in a minute. I just want to quickly, because we're talking about England at the moment. White won't play. And there is a big issue between Ben White and Southgate. Massive.
Oh yeah.
I expect Southgate to leave after Euro 2024. That's what I expect.
Hopefully, because this is the best crop of England players that we've had in quite a while. Yeah. It's like, come on, Southgate, what are you doing?
Yeah, exactly, 100%. Right, let's get into Moss's talk. Now, Moss, you probably just missed the challenge, and so far you would have still had a chance to win because they all went for Pickford. Literally no idea why. He went for Ramsdale, Patterson, Saliba, Tarkowski, Cini, Onana, Rice, Odegaard, Danjuma, Sacco, Beto. Yeah, to be fair, again, Tony's team was very good as well. Moss, yours is good as well because you actually went with the right goalkeeper. I don't know what's in Brenny's mind tonight. Has been on late shifts, so maybe it's just tiredness. I don't know why anyone's picking Pickford.
Earlys, yeah.
I think it would win. Beto, Danjuma, Onana, Taki, the best players. Pickford, boo. Yeah, exactly. I can't stand Pickford. I'm sorry, I just can't. He's got these weird arms that you need proper length arms and just annoys me. DWTT, hello, Bobby, Brenny, and chat room. Big up to the DWTT. Yeah. They done chase Damari Gray away. They chased Damari Gray away. To be fair, I don't think Damari Gray was anywhere close to being picked by England. To be fair, there's so many wingers at England level. Someone's going to have to walk away at some point and just go maybe another nationality. It's too tricky on the wing. Tony saying hello. The Mad Ramblings podcast. Big up to you. I'll take any sort of win at Goodison right now, but I'll take the Silver One's prediction. Jeez. Evening all. By the way, sorry that was rude of me. No worries, mate. Don't worry about it. I have no issues with it at all. Moss is as good as mine. You can't take my gold away. To be fair, Tony, you get the gold because Moss was a little bit late with the challenge. He might be watching it slightly behind what I'm doing live now. I don't know. But yeah, Tony, you do get the win because those other three were just rubbish. But Christine, if you do listen back, you were the best out of those poor three. It was all of you were just awful this week. No, you're good. It was a tricky challenge, to be fair. Yes. No, it weren't. It's always tricky when it's a poor team, and I'm not saying Everton are that poor. They're not. But at the moment, they're playing poor, so there's no good quality in that team that you can see and go, oh wow. Like I say, Bobby, Moss always wins. Moss doesn't always win. Should truly be England number one. Pickford not in my lineup yet. I'm a winner. What am I? Yes, you are, Tony. You are a winner. And I got Nana. Yeah, Nana's a very good midfielder. I rated him when he was in France. I think Everton have got a good midfielder there, personally. Mikel injured, or is he playing? Well, he's not on the injured list. That could change. There is another training session between now and the game, so who knows? Big up to Temi Ola, who've just come in and saying evening. Hope you're doing well, Temi. But that is it for this show. I will be back tomorrow on FTSN to do the Inter AC Milan derby. Then I'll be doing the watch along on Sunday. You'll see a lot of me next week. I'm sorry, because we're back in the Champions League, people. So there's 2 previews every week now. Yeah, exactly. So I will be back with loads of previews next week. We've got North London Derby next weekend. There's going to be loads of me. I'm sorry. You're going to have to cope with my face a little bit longer next week. But Brenny, thank you ever so much for coming on, as always. Where can they find you, my friend?
Yes, people, you can find me on Twitter, or X, as it's called now. Keep getting used to that. And Instagram as well. I've already put out a couple of things on Instagram, and I've linked up with Facebook with regards to the past Everton Arsenal games. So look out for that. There'll be some good highlights. It's not just our victories. There'll be some draws, defeats, So, look out for that. And they'll probably go back as far as the 7th. So that I'll be doing that for the next couple of days leading up to the game.
Awesome stuff. Sorry, Brenny's internet is always a lovely challenge. We'll do some streaming together.
I know. My one's held out well today. I don't know why, but wow.
Yeah. Tony, if you can find the WhatsApp, if not, we'll find a way to get you into the Gunslingers WhatsApp group, so you're all part of it. Because honestly, it's a great place to be. We have some good banter and good chats in there, and obviously you'll be part of the streams as well, just like everyone else is. It's the Armoury family there. So yeah, if you can find us, if not, if you can find us on Twitter, if you can find us on Instagram. Obviously, we can't really just post our numbers out on streams because we'll get harassed by loads of people probably. but yeah, we'll find a way. I think Moss, not Moss, Tony said that he'll try and put our email in there. So maybe you could email us and we can email you the details and we'll find a way of getting you in. But yeah, we call Pickman Arms Gator Arms over here, Bobby. That was funny. You trying to describe the Gator Arms. We call it T-Rex Arms over here. Obviously, you have gators. We don't have gators over here. Funny enough, we're in England, but we do talk about Jurassic Park a lot. Yes, Gunslingers on WhatsApp. If you found Gunslingers on WhatsApp, I don't know how you can get into it, but if there's like a ding dong or something for one of us to just accept you in, we'll get you in. And yeah, and then you can just meet us all, and we'll try and get you involved in some streams as well. But guys, that's it for today. Thank you ever so much. I will be back, as I said, over the weekend, but I'll be back with 2 previews next week as well. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Night.